Hello darts nuts, I'm going to do a review of a set of soft tip darts here, and these darts are from Godspeed, which is a Japanese company, and this particular model is the Marvelous. It's a 15.5 gram dart. As you can see on the back, it's got this little picture which tells you the weight, the dimensions, 39mm long, 7mm wide, 90% tungsten. Even has a little graphic which tells you the center of gravity, which is pretty neat. And like I said, these are a Japanese company, and the packaging is quite different than what I've seen before. It's almost looks like an origami style of packaging. It's got this sticker on here, so I dare say if you pull that off you can open the package that way, but I don't really fancy ruining the packaging, so I'm just going to pull this flap on the back here. I'd rather keep the packaging intact if I can. And like I said, these are a model called Marvelous, and as you can see it comes out in a plastic tray, and this is, I don't know what this is. It feels like a kind of a carbonized paper or something, cardboard. Has like a matte feel to it. But inside you've got this plastic tray with the darts on. Let's see what you get. You've got your barrels, your 3 barrels obviously, if I can get them out. Not made for big fingers. So there's your 3 barrels, and you've got some soft tip points fitted, and you've got some look like clear polycarbonate medium stems, and some Godspeed flights, standard shape flights, and I think there's also a 16.5 gram model in this particular one. And the retail for 12,500 yen, which is roughly around £64. And as you can see, with the supplied setup, we can get this flight fitted in. It's a rare grip dart, but according to the graphic on the box, the centre of gravity should be around about here, so it'll be just in the right spot for that rear grip. But as you know, I'm a front gripper, so I'll just have to see how it works with my front grip, but I'll still give it a throw from there. But it's a very nice looking, smooth kind of a profile to the dart. And they've got quite a lot of nice darts on the website, so some of them are quite reasonably priced, so I suggest you have a look at it. Just put in Godspeed on Google, Godspeed darts, and you'll be sure to find it. And I think they've got a European Facebook page now, so you'll probably be able to find it on there as well. But that's what you get in the box, so we'll have a close look at the barrels now. Right, here's a close look at the darts, then I'll put a detailed picture up with all the measurements on. As you can see, it's fitted with the soft tip point. Good thing with the soft tip darts is, especially the ones that use the 2BA thread, you can reverse the barrel if you want, but obviously they're normally designed with a specific center of gravity and grip in mind, and as most of them tend to be rear grip, especially on the Asian darts. There must be a lot of rear grippers in Asia. That's the only thing I can think of, but I personally think it's probably the best way to throw a dart, because with me being a front gripper, you have to pull through the gravity so you're actually pulling the mass of the dart, whereas a rear gripper you kind of pushing through it, so I think it makes it easier, but you can only go by what you feel comfortable with, and I'm just a natural front gripper, so I'm pretty much stuck with that. But these are a nice profile, and I have noticed with a lot of Asian companies, they always seem to be machined very nicely on the barrels. I do like that profile there, even though there's no grip on that front. It kind of feels grippy itself, just because it's kind of like slick, like I have experienced with the smooth barrel darts in the past. But a lot depends on the grip and the oils and that of your own particular fingers. I don't have a problem with smooth darts really, but it's always nice to have a bit of grip. And I would say the grip on these, it's a very nice kind of a, well, I would say like a triple cut ring grip, but I'd say that's probably verging on the high level of grip. Definitely a high medium, so it's quite edgy. And then on the rear of the barrel you've got I think it's probably more for effect, these little dimples cut into the barrel. But if you're a rear gripper, that is a comfortable grip. It just goes a little bit thinner there, barrel tapers up here, gets a little bit wider there, and then it goes a little bit thinner again. And then you've got some medium clear polycarbonate stems and these Godspeed flights. It's quite an attractive setup actually, and the flights feel as if they're about 100 micron, quite a tough flight. So I'll just let you look at the dart, then I'll put the detailed picture up with all the measurements. Alright, okay, here's the detailed picture.
Here's the detailed look at the darts. It's got a 25mm soft tip point. The front half of the barrel is smooth and it's got a slight taper towards the front, and then it goes into a more straight section with the GS logo. That's 20mm wide, and then the bulk of the rear half of the barrel is made up of this kind of very thinly cut triple ring style grip with quite wide grooves in between. That's 14mm wide, and then the rear section with these little round dimples in kind of tapers very slightly towards the end of the shaft. That's 5mm wide. Overall length is 39mm and the width is 7mm.
Alright then, I'll do some measurements along the barrel. It feels like it's only a short barrel. Just get that squared up. Well, yeah, it's only 39 it said on the box, didn't it? Yep, so it's exactly right, 39mm, 39.02. It looks just to be where that logo, the GS logo is, that's probably the widest part. Let's see if I can get that spot on the middle. There we go, 7mm, exactly as it said on the box. And it tapers to the front from there, goes down to about 5.8. You can see that, 5.86. And then this section where the rings are, it's slightly thinner again. That says 6.66mm, and I think that's probably about the same on the rear. Yeah, it just goes a little bit thinner just before the end of the barrel, 6.18. Right then, I'll just compare the weight of the barrels, see how they match. That's 15.55 grams. That's 15.56 grams. And that's 15.53 grams, so pretty closely matched there, and they're all 15.5, so that's what it says on the box. And the weight of the full setup as supplied is 17.47 grams. Right then, I'll see if I can find the balance point on the box. It was just in front of the rings with nothing attached, no points or shafts. I would say the balance, this is obviously slightly thicker than whatever they use, but definitely in front of the rings. So it's only a short barrel, so you could say it's slightly front weighted, but with it being such a short barrel, it's still more or less in the centre, but just in front of the ring grip. And with the point, it's not going to move a great deal, I don't think. Just only problem is it's got a little bit of a taper there, so it's a bit hard to balance it exact. But yeah, just moves a little bit, but it's still around here. So just in front of the ring still, and with the supplied setup, oh then it's just quite interesting with the supplier setup. It puts the balance more onto the rings. It's a little bit awkward again because it has that bit of a wide section there, then it goes quite thin. So I would say with the setup it puts it around about here, so just on the ring grip, which is probably exactly where you want it. Obviously everyone likes to use their own setup, but there you go. So that's the detailed look at the Godspeed Marvellous 15.5 gram darts. And once again, it's another very nice barrel from an Asian company. Quite impressed with some of the darts I've tried from Asian companies of late. They all seem to be a very nice little touches what they have, just little things here and there, but they all seem to be pretty closely matched and nicely machined. So let's give them a throw and see how they go. I'm moulding the dart on the smooth part on the front, not dead close to the nose, kind of where it just starts to get a little bit wider. It's pretty comfortable there. Obviously it's set up as a rear grip dart with all that grip on the rear, but I'm almost near the middle of the dart really there. And it's flying quite zippy as well, maybe because it's such a light dart, but it is quite a zippy dart to throw, fairly flat flying. But I'll have a few more throws from there, and then I'll try on the rear grip, see how that goes. Alright, I'm just going to try it a little bit further up the barrel now. I'm not going to go fully to the rear, kind of just past the halfway point, but it's still pretty much on the rear because it's only a short barrel. Feels as if the balance is probably best there. I was quite happy throwing it there, but certainly got more grip there on the back of the barrel. So we'll see how that goes. Well, I think flies even better there, but I suspect it might be because I've got that grip as well, got something to push onto, giving me a little bit more force behind the dart, but it was flying very sweet there. So it's not my natural grip holding it that far up the barrel, but it's not too far from where I was already comfortable. And usually when I grip a dart around the rear, if it's a short barrel dart like this is, it's not always that much of a problem, and that's flying really nice from there. So definitely if you're a rear gripper it's going to fly very well, but even if you're a middle gripper it'll be perfect. Front grippers like me, you've got either this option here or just there, depends. It's still worth a try I think, because the barrel is only short, so you shouldn't really have too much issue with it. I'm gonna keep one thrown from there though, see if I can get it a little bit better. you go, the Godspeed Marvellous 15.5 gram darts. It's a very nice flying dart. I was surprised really with it being so light. It's flying quite well. Normally with the very light darts I tend to have more problems, especially with them not reaching the board as forcefully as I would like. They tend to drop a little bit, but this one seems to be very nice and zippy through the air. And I think with it being a short barrel as well, even though the grip is geared up for a particular rear grip, I think a front gripper like me gets away with it quite well, just gripping it around there. So I've got half on the smooth part and half on the very grippy ring grip, and it was throwing very nicely from there. And the more I played with it, I seem to get better with it. So it's a very nice dart overall. So well recommended to give it a try. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.